The training exercise was supposed to be simple. 40 cadets from different species observing a drone weapons demonstration at the Tactical Assessment Center. The drones were programmed with training rounds, harmless light bursts that would mark targets for scoring. Lieutenant Jessica Park stood with her mixed-species squad, half listening to the Vexry instructor drone on about targeting algorithms. She'd noticed the maintenance panel on Drone 7 had been left open, exposing its primary control circuits. She'd meant to mention it, but the instructor had been so condescending about primitive Earth observations during the morning briefing that she'd kept quiet out of spite. That decision saved 12 lives. The malfunction started small. A spark in Drone 7's exposed circuits. Its targeting array flickered from blue to red. Training rounds to live ammunition. Its safety protocols crashed in cascade failure, combat subroutines taking over. Every non-human in the courtyard froze. Not from fear, from processing. The Vexry's neural pathways needed 1.3 seconds to switch from learning mode to threat assessment. The Ketheri's mechanical augments required 0.8 seconds to recalibrate from passive to active scanning. The Gorvani's 4-part brain took 2.1 seconds to achieve consensus on the appropriate response. Even the lightning-fast Zephions needed 0.4 seconds for their collective consciousness to acknowledge the danger. Jessica moved in 0.2 seconds. Not because she was faster at processing, because she didn't process at all. Her amygdala, that ancient piece of human architecture, bypassed her conscious mind entirely. Millions of years of evolution, of ancestors who survived because they jumped first and asked questions later, took control. She tackled 3 cadets to the ground as the first plasma burst scorched the air where they'd been standing. Down! Everyone down! She roared, her voice hitting frequencies that somehow triggered primal responses even in alien nervous systems. The drone swiveled, acquiring new targets. The Vexry instructor was still processing, his tentacles just beginning to shift from green to amber, their species' threat acknowledgement color. Jessica rolled, grabbed a training shield, and hurled it like a discus. It struck Drone 7's exposed circuits in a shower of sparks, sending its next shot wide. The plasma bolt melted a hole in the academy wall instead of through Cadet Zaretha's thorax. The drone compensated, backup targeting coming online. It locked onto a group of Etherian cadets, their translucent forms making them priority targets for the malfunctioning combat algorithms. Jessica didn't think. She couldn't have explained the math if asked. But some primitive part of her brain calculated trajectory, force, and timing in microseconds. She sprinted forward, grabbed a maintenance pole, and vaulted. She landed on the drone as it fired, her weight tilting it downward. Plasma scorched the courtyard floor. Her hands found the exposed circuits, and she did something no tactical manual would ever recommend. She grabbed live power conduits with bare hands. Electricity coursed through her muscles spasming. But human bodies, it turned out, made excellent conductors for shorting out delicate alien electronics. The drone shrieked, spun, and crashed. Jessica rolled off, her hands smoking, and immediately turned to check on the other cadets. Everyone okay? Anyone hit? Zareth, you good? The courtyard remained frozen for another heartbeat. Then Commander Vexhal's voice crackled over the intercom. Medical team to tactical center. Immediate. I'm fine, Jessica said, looking at her burned hands with mild annoyance. Just need some burn cream. The medical team, Vexhal said slowly, is for the 14 cadets experiencing shock. How did you move before the threat was confirmed? Jessica shrugged. I didn't confirm anything. I saw sparks and dove. Basic human response. You reacted to an unconfirmed possibility? The Vexry instructor had finally shifted to full amber, his species equivalent of battle-ready. Yeah? It's called better safe than sorry. If I was wrong, I'd look stupid. If I was right and didn't move, people died. She winced, examining her palms. Though grabbing live wires was probably stupid either way. Cadet Thrax of the Gorvani found his voice. You didn't analyze. You didn't process. You just acted. Welcome to the human nervous system, Jessica said. Shoot first, ask questions later, apologize if necessary. This kept us alive for 3 million years. Later, As the medical team treated her electrical burns, the Academy's xenobiologist reviewed the footage. Frame by frame, they watched Jessica move before the drone had fully malfunctioned, before any threat was technically present. Predictive reaction, he murmured. She responded to what might happen, not what was happening. On Earth, it was called intuition. In the galaxy, it would become known as the Human Early Warning System. The Academy would update their protocols. In any mixed species unit, the human would be designated Instinct Operator. Their job, to react first and explain later.